It's alright.
Oh my god!
Yo guys, what is up? Max from Borderlands 3 video, and today we're going over the top 10 best assault rifles in Borderlands 3. Now, hotfixes are starting to slow down in Borderlands 3. We're at our final level cap. I think now is a great time for a top 10 list because I think it's going to have some staying power instead of getting like changed every week with hotfixes. And this list is made by me, but I made the list off of polling you guys. Asked you guys what you thought was your best assault rifle, how you would rate them, and I did a ton of different polls, and this is the results. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you disagree with the list, because that is totally fine, be sure to let me know how you would have ranked them instead. And with that, guys, let's get right into it.
Number 10.
So starting us out on our list at the number 10 spot is the Chaos Assault Rifle. This thing has a really high fire rate. It's got pretty solid damage and is just so good feeling to use. The dual assault rifles in this game are just so much fun. The Chaos's biggest downside is that the explosion can kill you, and in terms of just like damage on this list, it's not the highest, but with a high rate of fire, deadly accuracy, I think this thing really did earn its number 10 spot. If you guys want to get one, you can get one from the Psychobillies in Ambermire.
Number 9.
At our number 9 spot, and this one was really tough to place here, is the Lucians Call. The Lucians Call is one of the best mobbing assault rifles in the game, but it genuinely just falls apart so hard if you're not hitting crits. Yes, on flak, this is one of the best weapons you can use while in fadeaway. It's so good, but this weapon being elemental locked and just not being as good as its other counterparts, such as like the Rowans Call for bossing, had us placing this at the number 9 spot. If you want to get this thing, you can get it in Slaughter 3000.
Number 8.
At number 8, we have the Clairvoyance, a cryo-locked assault rifle that pumps out good bossing damage, but it's not great at it, and really good mobbing damage. This thing is for a while been one of the top assault rifles, and it's not going anywhere. Being elemental locked, being not the great bossing definitely hurt it, but I think it is one of the strongest Jacobs ARs. It is not the strongest Jacobs AR, and if you guys want to get one, you can get it from Critchy in DLC 2.
Number 7.
At number 7, we have the Becca Assault Rifle, one of my personal favorites. I wanted to put this up a little higher, but in your guys' polls, we put it at 7. The Becca is all around strong. It's good at bossing. It's good at mobbing. It doesn't really need build synergies to work. This thing will just shred all your enemies in the game. Its biggest downside is that it is really hard to get and has no drop source, besides doing the hunt missions. So yeah, the Becca at number 7.
Number 6.
At number 6, we have the Rebound. What the Rebound does better than all of the other weapons listed before is mobbing. This thing is incredibly strong for mobbing, but it actually puts out really solid bossing damage as well. Better than a lot of the other weapons listed before it. For mobbing and bossing, this thing is great. It is a little underrated in my opinion, but I'm putting it here at the number 6. You can get one from the Psycho Reaver.
Number 5.
And with that, we get into our top 5. Now, this seems to be, I would say, the people's choice assault rifle. This is one of the best feeling assault rifles in the game in terms of like just a straight up comparison. I think in like its damage and mobbing performance, I don't think this is the best assault rifle in the game, but on the YouTube poll, this is the gun that was like hands down the most I saw is the Soulrender. The Soulrender puts out really solid damage. It's super versatile. It gives you the splash damage. You do need to get this thing in full auto. It's easy to get from Tom and Zam on Xylurgos, and I definitely think it's one of the best feeling weapons on this list, but I do not think it is the best assault rifle in Borderlands 3.
Number 4.
And with that, we get into the big 4. This is where things get really close. At number 4, we have the Rowans Call. The Rowans Call does it all. Mobbing, bossing, it's so strong. It's probably my favorite weapon of all time to use on Amara currently. And on Zane and Flak, this thing destroys. It also does splash on its ricochets, so you could do some crazy things on Mose, and Mose doesn't typically use Jacob's weapons. The Rowans Call is amazing. I love it. Slaughter 3000 for this one.
Number 3.
And with that, we get into our top 3. Now, if you've been paying attention, you probably know that the OPQ the Monarch and the No Pew Pew are left. I think these guns are kind of interchangeable for the top 3. When I polled you guys on Twitch, you thought that the Monarch was the best gun, and when I polled you guys on YouTube, you guys thought the OPQ was the best gun. So very different. I'm gonna rank these in my opinion, but I do think that we can probably all agree that these are the top 3 best assault rifles, with the Soulrender probably being the most fun assault rifle or the best feeling assault rifle to use on this list. But for these last 3, I'm going to put the OPQ first at number 3. The OPQ just doesn't hit like it used to in terms of what it was last year. I think it's really good and it is very versatile, but its biggest downside is it kills you a bunch if you're not using it properly, if enemies get too close, which is honestly quite the big downside, but this gun is good on all characters. At number 2, we have the No Pew Pew, and I'm putting the No Pew Pew at number 2 because even though it is elemental locked, which you would think is a big downside, this thing shreds everything, even if you're not elemental matching. I think this thing is like the Hellwalker of assault rifles, where even if you're not matching, this thing still shreds. The damage it puts out is crazy. You can give it to clone, and I think it's a better clone weapon than the OPQ, so it's doing that better. And across all characters, Amaro, Flag, Zane, Mose, the No Pew Pew is amazing. Now, our number 1 spot, as you can probably tell, is the Monarch. The Monarch is the king of assault rifles in terms of like, just like straight up pound for pound DPS. I don't think the Monarch can really be beat. If you bipod this thing up, put it in front of an enemy, there is no chance they're surviving it. And of all the list of weapons on this, if you were to take a character with 0 skill points, no gear, and 1 weapon and put him in front of a boss, the weapon I'd probably pick is the Monarch. It is just so good. It kind of sucks for mobbing. Honestly, you can put it on some speed builds, but the thing is, you're just going to be killing things so quickly with this thing. It's not my favorite assault rifle to use, but I think it is undeniably just like the king of assault rifle DPS. And so for that reason, I put the Monarch at number 1. Before we end the video, I do want to give a quick shout out to the Breath of the Dying. Breath of the Dying does do some like niche things really well, but I don't think it was as versatile. And I also want to give a shout out to the Star Helix, which is amazing, but I would have put that, I think, at number 11. It's just like really cool, but I think slightly loses out on this list in terms of its like elemental locked and kind of like not the most consistent damage. And yeah, guys, let me know how you would change this list. If you guys want to drop your top 10 list and how you would rank them in the comments, I think that'd be really cool to see how everyone differs, because at the end of the day, like, there's no way to like just be like, this is the best, and there is no correct listing. This is just my opinion. So yeah, guys, that is it for the video. I'll catch y'all in the next one, guys. Take care. Peace. I was putting in the